Hello, everyone.
Hello, hello, hello to you.
Hello to you too. We are live, 239 Live here
I've
at Speak Life with John Hoffman. It's an event he's putting on out here at the Vineyards about business.
what crazy energy in the room. The people I met this morning are super hyper and love life and love what they're doing. And
It's an incredible room to be in right now.
I agree.
It is absolutely incredible.
Positive energy everywhere.
And the sponsors are here, the vendor tables. I mean, I'm so excited that we're here. We get to learn about business today, as well as bring you all along for some of this journey. And we're going to bring some interviews.
Yeah, so I'm excited to listen to some of the people we're going to bring on. I think there's some of the panelists. Hopefully we can get John on as well, the guy who's putting the event on, and get a little bit of feedback from him on what this is all about.
And why it's so important to network, not only network, but integrate your business. Can you hear me? When we're live, it's always interesting.
Yeah.
Integrate your business with other businesses. You don't just get to your destination by yourself.
It takes a village, and sometimes the people you're going to meet in this room feel your pain as an entrepreneur, and it's
somebody's been there, done that. They might be able to help you.
Exactly. And then you also find yourself aligning with businesses and where they've kind of gone and where their vision is. And you find yourself aligning with another business to create even a bigger business. And that's always a good thing. These networking events are, number one, I love meeting people and talking with people. So that's a good thing. But it's always good to share positive energy and reinforce if you're just feeling burned out a little bit and you get in one of these kind of events and you start networking people and they're all the same kind of mindset as you are, and
that's it, mindset
re-energizes you.
That's a great word, mindset. So was that last segment not incredible?
Powerful stuff. So you get guys on the stage who are really sharing everything. Some of them shared their trials and tribulations that kind of just put them on the journey they're on today and how it led to their success.
Yep.
And, the thing about these events and the thing about being real is when people are transparent with you and they share, I call it personal, intimate stuff or whatever, you can relate to that because everybody's gone through some kind of something, right?
Yes.
And so when you're able to do that and then show how it affected you, not just in life and made your life better, but your business better. I think that's kind of the goal of what this is about today.
100%. I agree.
And I see a lot of people who are not just walking or talking the talk, but walking the walk.
Oh, the panel there. So for those of you who are not here, they had a panel up there of some of the sponsors talking, like Derek Carlson, Realty One MVP. I've known Derek for years. I knew him before he started his own office.
Awesome.
And I remember following him. I think it was right after his divorce, but it also was 2009.
Wow.
Now imagine 2009 in real estate, and then somehow he grew that into having his own business, his own real estate business.
Wow.
Right? Is that not incredible?
I mean, it's all inspiring. You know what I mean? I love being around this kind of environment. It's
so inspiring.
It is. But it's great energy. It's great people. Everybody doing something positive with their life.
Right.
That's huge.
It's so big. It's so big.
We're going to talk about her event Saturday.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, and then we'll jump back into the panel. So tell us who you are. Kevin brought up a guest. So tell us who you are. Tell us what you're doing. He said there's an event this weekend. And being a community channel, 239, we love to hear about our community events.
Absolutely.
Hi, guys. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So my name's Leticia, and I own the Dapper House. And also my husband and I started a wellness club called Soul Render. So I actually have my bands. I'm going to hand you guys a couple bands.
Oh, I love these. Thank you.
So we wear these. It says Soul Render Wellness Collective.
Awesome.
Basically what we've done is with our design and build business, we're calling in wellness in your home.
Okay.
So my husband and I.
So let me recap that. So design and build wellness in your home. Wow.
Absolutely.
That's definitely an emerging area of home building.
Yes. So we actually have done this for ourselves and realized why aren't we really focusing on bringing wellness to people's homes with the design and build business? So we're really beginning to do that, which could be saunas, cold plunges, steam showers, and places to connect. So you have a meditation prayer space.
Yes.
Do you have a space to gather in your kitchen and connect with your family? So we took that beyond the home and started a wellness club called Soul Render. So we do a free event once a month on the fourth Saturday of every month. We're going to do something physical, so beach walks. We're calling them hikes. I know in Florida it's pretty flat, but we're calling it a hike. We're from Northern California, came out here about 4 years ago.
Nice.
We're going to do runs. We're going to do bicycle rides where you bring your bikes and your rollerblades and your scooters. So just bringing the community out together to live in wellness. They're all going to be free.
Wow.
And really it's just calling in like-minded individuals. Like, let's live well together, like Derek was talking about up there. Surrounding yourself with people to be healthier and really elevate your life.
So is that something from Northern California, incorporating wellness into a home? Is that something you were turned on to there? Or is that something once you got here, you're kind of inspired to do? Is that something?
Yeah, good question. We did design and build in California. We went down to have an Airbnb business as well. And it really started here. My husband and I got our mental health, our spiritual health, our emotional health in order over the last 5 years. And then we met Jeff Delaney randomly at Sushi, and he helped us get our physical health to another level as well. And so we decided, let's continue to live in this state, in this energy, and really make it a part of our businesses. And in addition, a wellness club to be around people to continue to do that. So we do international retreats as well. So we're excited.
Oh, wow,
our
that's
first
incredible.
one.
You do them here, so you bring people here, right?
We actually are doing our first one in September in Tulum, Mexico.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Nice.
So now where is the one this weekend? Sorry, I had to check on something technical.
It's at Baker Park, 10 a.m.
Baker Park, 10 a.m.
Yep.
Oh, don't we love Baker Park for
It
these
is
kind of
so
events?
beautiful. I have been able to, when I'm looking for spaces to bring people to, it's been so much fun for me exploring new places. So they will be at different places so we can continue to just, we live in the most beautiful area.
Right.
So let's go enjoy all of the beautiful elements, and that's really what we want to do.
And that's it. Until you live here, you visit, you go, wow, this place is really beautiful. But when you live here and you're kind of immersed in the frequency, the kind of, the sun, just take a sunset in, that's all you need to do. But the Everglades has its own frequency. That's my next question. When you get into the wellness in a home, is there anything that is frequency based to where you're kind of a room where you're getting bombarded by something that is a healthier frequency?
I love that you use that hot word frequency.
Yeah.
You were speaking my language, so absolutely.
Definitely.
We believe in energy, the power of your surroundings, the power of your environment, and the power around the people that you surround yourself with. So frequency and energy. So absolutely. The first thing we do free wellness checks in your home, and really what we're doing is going through, and I'm going to ask, where do you feel the most calm? Where do you feel the most chaotic? A lot of clutter, that brings chaos, right? Organization brings a lot of peace and a lot more calmness in your space. So we definitely do that. Energy, frequencies is a big part of it. And it may be different for every single person, but different elements, natural elements, bringing them in. Bringing nature inside is really big for us. We absolutely love it.
I hear it's big, especially now people are talking about the different kind of plants that give off a different energy or absorb certain toxic things.
100%.
I love that you said that. I just purchased for the first time a prayer plant. Have you ever heard of that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's beautiful. So it actually closes, like a prayer. So we bring in a lot of plants. And really, I want to know what makes you feel at peace and balance. And that's really what.
And it is different for different people because people vibrate at a different frequency depending on where they are in their life. I know my space has changed. Well, a flood changed it. But even since the flood, my space has morphed either with furniture or fabrics or different crystals, or it's kind of like what I'm feeling now, what the next level I'm feeling. And I've just gotten into the plant thing.
Yeah.
Because I am not the green thumb girl.
We have a partner that brings in plants that they basically freeze, they sustain. So there's other
sustainable
options
plants for
that.
Kristen.
Because my plants die also.
There are plants that are drought resistant. They're all that stuff, and that's what you shred. The thing about the Everglades and where we live, if you look up frequencies and get into that kind of stuff, there's 3 trees that we have that are abundant here that actually put off a very healing frequency and have a massive, I'm getting off on a tangent here, but a massive
That's okay, you've got Ricky's online and you've got his attention, so.
I'm with you, Ricky.
Hi, Ricky.
Yeah, but you can, for lack of a better analogy, hug the tree and it just heals, the whole.
Honestly, I'm a tree
complete that
hugger,
circuit,
yeah,
you know what I mean, and the stuff, and that's why I think a lot of people, we met with people as we interview them, and you find out the more veterans in Southwest Florida than anywhere else in America, and all these things, it's because it's healing.
Absolutely.
And if you can live in a place like this and maximize the healing potential and bring it into a living space, I think you're onto something here.
All right.
You know what I mean? That's
we're
you.
excited.
So how do people find you or get in touch with you besides being there Saturday at Baker Park?
Come to our event, hug a tree,
Hey.
ground, barefoot and ground. But you can find us on social media. We're the Dapper House Florida. We're also Soul Render Wellness Collective. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We also have our website, Soul Render Collective. Soul Render Wellness.
SOUL?
Soul Render.
Okay.
Because we all have to surrender to really begin to live
100%.
at our highest frequency and potential. So.
Well, I know there's lunch to get, so I appreciate you
Thank
popping
you guys
in,
so much.
telling us
So
about
nice
this
to meet
great
you.
free. It's a free community event, you guys, this Saturday.
Baker Park.
Baker Park. Be there, get grounded, go through the modalities, and just enjoy. Oh, look at this.
Wow,
Love that.
beautiful.
We'll tell Lois about it. She can put it on Friday. Well, you know about it now. You can put it on
will
Friday's
be there.
show.
Come on by. We'll be there. We'll be having a good time. So
Awesome.
and bringing
Thank you.
community. Thank you guys
Yeah.
so
Thank
much.
you for being here.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you so
us.
much, and shout out to my mom for helping me realize frequencies exist.
Yeah.
She's Native American, so she was all
Oh,
about
okay. That's where your look is from.
Yeah.
I couldn't peg it before, but I can see it now that you
Yes,
say
the
that.
long hair, the whole.
Yeah, there you go. You got the whole
Puts it
thing.
together,
There you-
yeah.
And here I thought it was just the rock star. in you.
Yeah, no, there's no rock star here. Yeah, but it's that was amazing to me. I never thought about bringing that frequency into a.
Well, when I interviewed Clyde Butcher, who we know spends a lot of time in the Everglades, I interviewed him. He's on Icons of Naples podcast, which is my podcast.
Man, I wish I had been in that interview.
Oh, it was, well, you can find it on Icons of Naples on YouTube,
Yeah, awesome.
or a little pitch here, or your favorite podcast platform. We are everywhere. If you have good health, you have more
That's right.
likely to succeed in your
These
business.
things go hand in hand.
Absolutely.
Kristen.
Absolutely. So we have another guest here. Tell us who you are. Kevin's sliding people over here for us to interview. So tell us who you are, what you do.
Yeah, I'm JD Ribali. I'm the founder of Biz Kids. We're an entrepreneurship program that helps kids start businesses.
Awesome.
That is amazing.
It's a lot of fun.
So what would you say the average age of your
So we
Biz
start
Kids
with
are?
kids at the ages 7 to 21. We host events around the Naples, Southwest Florida area where kids actually get out and sell their products and services. Our average student is making about $325 every show that we do, and that's usually a 4 to 5 hour show. Our top 20% are doing anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 in just selling their products. So we're giving them that starting point of, hey, this is how to run a business, this is how to get started, and when they get a little money in their pocket, they're motivated to come back.
Wow.
That's
Is this program does it run through Carter County Public School Systems at all?
So
or is it something-
we partner with the Naples Chamber, which they reach out to the school system and they get the kids into ours as well. So we have those partnerships, but we don't actually do curriculum. We're the hands-on. We want to actually get them out into the field where they can actually sell their product and make money for themselves.
Wow.
What's the most popular product they want to sell? I didn't say successful, just what do they want to sell?
Lemonade's probably the easiest to sell. And I have one young lady that has just killed it on lemonade. She did an event with us in Cape Coral, a 2-day event. She sold $5,000 worth of lemonade.
That's a lot of lemons.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Good for her. What are some other things that kids are into?
So I have a young lady that created a dog leash that's a hands-free dog leash, so she couldn't text and walk at the same time. So her grandma was trying to get a hold of her. And she came home and said, I can't text and hold the dog. So she created her own dog leash. It's a cross-body leash that cinches up. And she can walk the dog and still text her grandma back and forth. And,
there you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
See what technology brings us.
How did you get started in finding a passion to help kids become entrepreneurs?
Well, it all started for me because in 3rd grade, my teacher told me that I wasn't going to graduate ever.
Freaking teacher.
She said that I was lazy, I didn't have any drive, and that I didn't want to learn, and so she kicked me out of her class. Come to find out, my parents had me tested. I was dyslexic, so I learned a different way. But because my parents were both educators, they didn't have that connection to the business community. So I said, as I got older and kind of started learning business and got into that business community of networking, I wanted to take what I've learned and help the kids that didn't have that, like when I was a kid. So we try to bring that mentorship to them, open doors, teach them how to network, and then that way they can kind of get that full experience of being a business owner.
It makes because a lot of people are afraid to take that step, and we talked about you're trained to be in the matrix, your whole life, and if you don't have parents that are entrepreneurs and no one in your family, you're really not exposed to that. And so to have someone, and maybe a kid has a different idea or wants to start doing their own thing, to have an opportunity to learn and do that is priceless. So how many kids go through this program a year?
So since we started 5 years ago, we've got over 3,500 kids come through our program.
Wait, say that again?
Over a 5-year period, 3,500 kids have come through.
3,500 kids.
Yeah.
That is absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of kids.
It is.
Now, do you find some kids don't have the entrepreneurial spirit?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there's some kids that, they have other interests and they just don't
more
have that
linear.
drive. Yeah. But we do get those kids that do have that drive all the time. And what I see a lot of times is because they have that entrepreneur spirit, they have these ideas and then they get the next idea and they get the next idea, and the parents want to stop them. They're like, let's just focus on one. They don't encourage that creativity. And so I always try to teach the parents, if you have an entrepreneur kid, they're going to come up with a million ideas.
You met my son? You have met him. No. The first thing, my son is going to kill me one of these days.
No, he won't.
One of the first things that he wanted to do was he wanted to sell dog toys online. This is before Shopify, there was something. And, he's like Alibaba, and he did all the research. And he started to do it, but with school and other activities, there was just no way. Now he just did his 5th year of a pole vaulting event here in Collier County at Mercado. So we've morphed, into different things. And I remember him saying, because he was the Elon Musk kid, I don't need to go to college. And I was like, listen, I get it because I know you, I understand you. But I would like you to go to college for the experience, for the connections, and you might learn a few things in business that you may need later. Not to say you can't learn it on YouTube, but at the end of the day, when you need the actual job when you first get out, sometimes people are looking for that. But I still see, and he ended up being a history major, but I still see, I know, right, with a minor in business. But I still see him, even though he has the job, he's a great job getting out of school. I still see with the pole vault in the plaza, he still has that, and he's like, well, you know what I could do on the side, Mom? I'm like, listen, if you want a side hustle, go for it.
Absolutely.
You're young enough, you don't have any kids, you're not married yet, all that stuff. Go work the 80 hours. And, it might lead somewhere later on, or it might be something you can build and sell. That's the other thing. Do you find some of these are flippers?
So we have a lot of younger kids, so it's not really that they've built it up to the point where they can actually sell it yet, but it's the starting point. We want to get them out there. We want them to understand that entrepreneurship is a series of failures. And if you can know how to manage those failures as a young student, then you're going into it as an adult, like, I know how to manage this. Where a lot of people will get to that point where they buy their first franchise, this is their first time to getting into a business, or they spend a bunch of money, and then they realize, I don't know how to deal with failure. And when it doesn't work out, then they're just at the rock bottom. They don't know how to. So we teach the kids up front. This is a part of it. This is understanding that and how to work through it. So when you do get to that point where you're asking for an investor to give you $1 million for your business, you know how to go into it and be prepared for it.
Okay.
Is there a certain, because it takes a certain individual to be an entrepreneur.
Oh, absolutely.
And I always say we're a little bit off. You know what I mean? Just a little bit off. But do you find it's the same kind of kid that kind of is drawn to this program with you?
Absolutely.
Or is it all over the place as they're young?
Well, we get a lot of different kids because a lot of parents will kind of push them into it, say, hey, let's try this, see if you like it. Or you have those kids that just have that drive. They're like coming up with those ideas and like, I can make money on this, I can sell this, and I can make $1. So those kids jump into it and they're motivated right away. Other kids don't know what they're looking for, and then they get in it and they see what the other kids are doing and how successful they are, and they're like, I could do that, and I could do it better. And then they come up with their idea of like, how can I make the product better? Lemonade's a great example of that.
It's a gateway.
100%.
We get kids that come in and like start selling lemonade, and they make it with a mix, but then they realize, oh, that kid's making it fresh squeezed. We have a kid that's had 3 lemonade stands around him. He had lemonade, and he goes, well, I'm selling pickles too, so I'm going to add pickle juice to it and have a pickle lemonade. And it took off. Like, everybody wanted a pickle lemonade. You haven't had a pickle lemonade before, so it's just all this creativity.
And what I like about the younger mind is they're not afraid to try because they haven't been told no so much.
Right.
Exactly.
Or if their parents give them that freedom. I mean, I wanted my kids to try everything, whether it was a sport or an instrument.
You've got to.
And I was like, and I used to say, because my grandfather was a mason, I said, I don't care if they grow up to break rocks, as long as they're happy, but they have to try different things to find out if they want to break rocks, right? If they got to try breaking rocks and then 2 or 3 other things, and then, oh, I like breaking rocks, let's go back to that.
And it's all, I would always throw Noah, my daughter, into everything, but I said, once you start, you finish.
Yeah, I would have made them finish.
There's no, I thought it'd be something different. Well, now we know.
Now we know. Let's at least finish our...
Let's make the best of it and have a great time and learn from it.
Yeah, my daughter had a few of those, too. It's a girl thing.
It is a girl thing, more than a guy thing.
So what do you think of this event?
Oh, this is a great event. We've been involved since day one with John on these events, and he supports, he's actually a board member with our organization, and so he helps us out there. But really, the best thing that we get out of these events and teaching the kids is we like to teach the parents to let your kids fail. They need to have these experiences where things don't work out the way they thought it was going to work out, because they want to protect them. They don't want them to have these bad experiences. But if they don't, they are going to suffer when they get to become an adult, and they don't know how to manage that.
Well, it's how you frame it, right? It's not losing, it's winning or learning. It's not rejection, it's redirection. It's all these things that, and it's, again, getting back to the frequency, but being aware of the fluidity. Thank you very much. Say that 3 times fast. Of life, just what it brings you and how you go through entrepreneurship into that whole thing. It's going to change 100 times on you.
Absolutely.
And you just got to kind of be fluid in that moment. What you're teaching kids is not just business stuff. You're teaching them perseverance through life. Yes. To handle rejection, to handle things aren't going great, to do whatever. Whether you know it or not, and I hope you do, it's like coaching kids. And we had this conversation earlier. You see this kid who's struggling, and all of a sudden they come out one day and they walk in different. Yep. They're running different. They feel different. And today's a day, coach, kind of thing. And that's going to take them the rest of their life. Do you feel that? Or are you
absolutely.
Aware of that?
Yeah, we've seen that so many times where the kids, they're struggling, and then one day they clicked and they got it, and they're making money, and now they're going on to the next big thing. And so that's an opportunity. Now, if you guys want to come down, we're going to be at Coastland Center Mall on May 9th. It's from 11 to 3. We have our Biz Kids Expo. We'll have about 60 kids there selling their products. And then they get to pitch their idea to our judges. And so we're giving away $3,500 of prize money so the kids actually can get some seed money to go back into their business to help feed
That's
that.
incredible.
I would love to interview some of those little entrepreneurs.
Right? May 9th, Coastland Mall.
And I'll open it to you guys. If you want to come down and set up, you guys can do your podcast from right there.
Okay, we'll look at the calendar.
Talk to the kids and do the interviews with the kids. We have a lot of kids that will be there.
That would be
awesome. That would be really neat. What time?
11 to 3, Coastland Center Mall in Naples.
Okay.
And then on May 12th, we are taking it to the next level this year. We're doing a Biz Kids pitch contest. So I have kids submitting videos to me right now for their pitch. The top 10 are going to go on to a live pitch contest in front of 2 angel investors and 3 CEOs, where they all actually pitch their idea and they can get another opportunity to win $3,500. So we're giving away $7,000 of scholarship money to our kids that
That's
really
incredible.
want to jump into this and try it out.
That's amazing.
You are absolutely elevating kids, man.
Absolutely. We believe that, and we know that it's going to change their life. And some of these kids don't have these opportunities. They're, like you said, their parents aren't entrepreneurs. They haven't been given that access. We want to give them that access so doors will open.
Absolutely.
And with networking opportunities like this, these business owners love to see that, and they'll help them out.
Now, how do parents find out more if they want to get their kids involved?
BizKidsUSA.org is our website. That's BizKids with a Z in the kids. It gets a little confusing. But BizKids USA, go to our events page. You can find all our events. During this season, we did 32 BizKids markets as kind of a training ground to get them ready for this expo. So we usually start in October through April with our markets while season's here, and we got people in town. They love to spend money when they're down here, and so we take a grand opportunity to get the kids in front of those snowbirds that are down here, and they get to sell their stuff.
Wow.
Awesome.
I think that's great.
.org, you're a nonprofit.
.org. Yep, we're a 501c3.
So how do people donate to what you're doing if they want to do that?
Absolutely. So if you're on the website, go to our sponsorship page. There you can sponsor a student and help them out with their cost to get the materials, get the training. And then we have the scholarship fund, which the scholarship fund will actually we'll be giving away $200 every month in scholarships to kids that want to compete for it. And so we have that opportunity as well. So if they donate, it goes right into the scholarship fund. All goes right directly back to the kids, not into our organization.
So Gulf Coast High School, and I coached football there, so I know that they had something that taught entrepreneurship. Are you aware of what what I'm talking about? Is that something that all Collier County schools have, or is it?
They do have an entrepreneurship program within the school.
Okay.
I have gone in and talked to a number of different schools, and I was actually just there talking to their entrepreneurship class a couple weeks ago.
Gotcha.
So what we try to do is plug in and just with the teachers and let them know that, hey, we have this opportunity for those kids that have gone through it.
Yeah.
That's a great starting point, and then we give them that hands-on experience.
Yeah, because it's very similar to the way you do it.
Yeah.
They come in, they create a business, they submit it to the teacher, the plan, the product, all that stuff. Wow, man, I'm loving me.
I know I can already see your wheels spinning on on promoting that. Well, we think this is great. May 9th, we'll see what our schedule is like.
Awesome.
And also maybe have you on the show one day in the future.
Happy to do it.
To talk more next time you have events coming up and things like that. A little close on this one, but before that.
We'd love to have you on.
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll get in touch.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
brother.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
both.
meeting you.
Thank you.
I did not know this existed.
I know me either.
This is great.
Me either. It is cool.
How inspired, it's more inspiration. We cannot get away from that word.
That's what happens when you step into a room full of inspired people.
Inspired,
It is, for
motivated,
sure.
business entrepreneurs.
But I mean, look at what we're dealing with. We're dealing with all kinds of entrepreneurs in this room from all kinds of backgrounds. But now we're talking about how we have programs in the community that help kids.
And programs I didn't even know about. I mean, it wasn't around when my kids were little, but it's good to know there really is something in this community for everyone of all ages.
There is. And
all ages.
For my kids, I felt bad for them at times because I dragged them to all my events and had them help and stuff. But they all now I look at them as young adults, and both of them have their own business as well as something else going on. You know, Noah's in the fire academy, but we started that business together, and he runs that business. And my daughter with insurance and things, and it's like,
what I learned with doing, I did a lot of events for different things and in charities and stuff. And they know everything from where the stamp and the label go on the envelope, because we had to send the invitations out, how to create a mailing list, to how to set up the food preparation thing. Even if they didn't help set it up, just from constantly seeing, the prep time that goes into creating an event, or even an event like this. That the vendors have to be in a place that has a traffic area, that how important signage is.
100%.
Marketing materials, like the little micro things that they pick up. I don't know, right?
Yeah, 100%.
And you found that with your kids.
Oh yes, 100%.
Oh yeah, you're always. We talk about you every week.
Nice to meet you, brother.
And then you were on one of the first times I was hosting with Lois.
Yeah, exactly.
You talked about the roof inspection.
So, you got to call me. I got to come out and check out your house.
I don't even want to know.
Yeah.
I don't even want to know my roof.
Yeah.
Every time I look at it, I'm just hang in there a little bit longer.
Just hang in there. Just looking back, going
till the next commission. Just hang in there.
You guys enjoying the event?
Oh, it's phenomenal.
Is this the first one you've been to?
First one for me.
Okay.
I think 239
for me as well.
239 has been to one before.
Yeah, and I've been to pretty much every one since they started. So it brings really good vibe. They're really intentional with what they're doing and trying to just kind of get everybody in the groove of like prioritizing what they want out of their business and basically a way to structure it and make it something great. So I even catch myself a lot of times where I'm just like grinding away and dealing with some stuff, and there's a lot of things here that they talk about I still got to implement, even though I've been here a couple of times. So
of course, man, that's the life of an entrepreneur.
That's it. You know,
it's that moment when you got to step back to try to reevaluate some stuff.
Right.
But this, for me, I was talking to John earlier. Too bad he doesn't have any energy, for God's sakes. But, holy cow, man, he was just vibrating next to me here. But it's you're right, man. The energy and the shared kind of just camaraderie, if you will, from business owners and entrepreneurs and people who are doing their own thing, even if they're an attorney or a realtor, they're their own boss.
I've made so many connections through all this group of people, like Derek Carlson. Him and I are pretty good friends. We're at the gym every morning together at 4 o'clock, and Authentic Home Improvements. Sean's not here today. I think he's dealing with some health stuff, but a lot of these people have connected with for the kids, JD, the Grow Network.
What a great program.
Yeah, it's a really cool program. So there's like a really good group of people here that all kind of has the same end goal in mind. And John brings the energy and Bryce brings the numbers. So he makes he's like,
exactly
you're not doing so good. It says it right here, cut and dry in this paper. So
100%.
But it's a good time. So definitely worth being here.
Listening to all of them
He does
talk.
these 4 times a year, I think.
Yes, I think that's what he said.
So you have time to come down and enjoy one, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You've got 3 other chances this year to make it happen. And I've just sitting here listening. I like how it started too. He started talking about the basics, like what's some of the first things we do. And one of the guys was like, answer the phone. And I was like, yes, can you answer the phone?
It's all the simple stuff.
And then you go through, and as you're listening, you're like, I forgot step 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Okay. You could be in business 25, like you said, you're here, you're doing stuff. You could be in business 25 years, and all of a sudden, you're like, I haven't been doing step 3 at all.
Right. Right. And it's really motivational. Like Derek said, it's easy to get motivated by this, but it's really the implementation of it outside of here. Like it's so easy to fall back into your natural habits or whatever you're doing. And even though they're like, you got to do this. And you're like, you're right, I got to do that. That's going to change everything. And then tomorrow the phone rings, you're dealing with fires, you're running around, and it's like it's all out the window almost. But implementation, the biggest part, I'd say.
That and not over the quarterly thing. What's your thing this quarter?
Yeah, the quarterly
The 400 things this quarter?
Yeah.
But isn't it amazing if you only do 3 goals?
Yeah.
The next one 3 by the end of the year? you'll have them done.
Yeah, because you put all these things on paper and you're like, oh my God, I got to do this, and then you're trying to do this and this and this, and you're just stretching your time too thin 100%. Between trying to run the business. If you back it down to 3 things, you're like, all right, we can nail those 3 things, and then 3 more. Yeah, before you know it, like the year's done.
If you finish them early in your quarter, you can move on to the next one. You're not saying you don't. You're just saying I need to do these first.
Yeah, this is the priority right now.
Eating the elephant, so to speak.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
Sometimes you got to start with the bad end first. You know, before
it's easier that way because that way you're done with that.
The fillet, you got to go through the bad stuff, man.
So
it's and that's just part of it, man. It's all encompassing, man. I've been an entrepreneur my whole life. I came from parents that were entrepreneurs. You know what I mean? So, and my kids were raised in it as well. So, you got to be a little psycho, I think. A little bit. But I love every minute of it. It energizes me when I get in this room and meet people like yourself. And other people. But I wonder how many people, when they get in this thing for the first time, I wish there was some way to follow up to see, did they implement?
Yeah.
What out of it did you get out of it? And not just because it's interesting to see, but how many times did they have to go through this before they actually go, I'm doing it tomorrow,
exactly.
and it's done.
Yeah.
You know, because that is the hardest thing. You fall back into patterns, right?
Well, yeah, because you're excited here, you know? Like, there's the energy's here. It's like, oh, this is it. Like, but then the real world slaps you in the face, you know? So, I think being an entrepreneur, it's like, there's some moments, you know, where it's like, man, am I doing the right thing? You know, do I want to go back to work for somebody? And then I'm like, I don't think I'm employable anymore. Like,
I said that when I sat down. I said, I don't think I could do the job.
Yeah, no.
I might be able to do it like for 3 to 6 months, but then after that, I start thinking of other. My brain just is not going to let me stay in one spot.
Yeah, and from being in this spot, then like you're there, and if you see where they're falling short, you're like, it's just hard to work for somebody when you know there's a better way, right? And also 100%. Like this, even though it's tough, you're building something for yourself.
Yeah, it is. And I have to move.
Yeah.
I'm not a stagnant dude.
Yeah.
And I've got to have things going on.
Yeah.
And then being an employee, here's your description of your job.
Yeah.
This is what you are to us.
Yeah.
This is what we need out of you. That's it.
Yeah. End of the day, you clock out. I'll deal with it tomorrow. It's not me. So no, me neither. So
not me.
Well, I don't know how you wait till tomorrow to deal with it. Like I gotta take care of it now.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta shut it off.
Unless it's a tomorrow problem.
Yeah. I gotta shut it off sometimes, you know, because my kids and stuff.
Right.
But at the end of the day, because I want to try to create that time with them and stuff. But it's tough, you know, because the world they want you now, you know, especially nowadays. It's like everything's so easily accessible. People expect you to be able to be gotten a hold of. Media. Yeah. So.
But the first thing is answer that phone.
Yeah. So exactly. So.
Answer the phone or at least return the call.
At least return the call. I know. I got a guy right now. I'm like trying to get an estimate from him for something, you know. And he met me at the job, and it's like, all right, do you want the job? Like, you're ghosting me. I'm calling his office. She's like, I'm leaving him a message. He's not answering my calls. I'm like, you just say, I don't want to do the job. I'm cool with that, you know? Like,
please, just tell me.
That way I can go a different direction instead of, but that's thinking where this is going. I'm heading a different direction now. So.
Well, and I always tell everybody in Carter County, this is nothing, Southwest Florida, let me say, so I'm not zeroing in. But if you want to be somewhat successful or super successful in business, be consistent.
Yeah.
Because the biggest thing is people just don't show up.
Yeah.
Or they all of a sudden just fall off the radar.
Yeah.
If you're consistent, that's 99% of it where we are.
Oh, absolutely.
In our job market.
Consistency beats everything. So just show up. Yeah.
Well, what is it they say that you could be the best athlete, but if you're not the consistent athlete, the harder worker will beat you out every time.
100%. Yeah.
And I
motivation.
always remember that when I'm looking for motivation.
Yeah.
And I tell myself, and like, it's not about motivation. It's about just doing it, just being consistent. And I have to trick my brain because I have that brain.
Yeah.
where I have to set a timer and I'm like, okay, I'm going to give myself 30 minutes to just do this to keep the consistency.
I got one of those little timers on my desk that I set, and it's like, okay, there's 30-minute window. We're working on this.
That's what I do.
Goes off.
And then you find out it only took like 15 minutes, and you feel so much better about
exactly.
yourself.
You're like, boom, win.
Do you follow that buzzer, or do you find yourself adding 10 minutes?
I've added a couple every once in a while.
But it's also great for when you're, for me at least, this is my little trick when I have to do social media posting, because I get sucked in there, I'm not going to lie. Yeah. And so I make a timer, and sometimes the timer will remind me to go back to my work.
Yeah.
Because you'll see something, you want to respond to it, or something maybe about your business, or you see somebody who says, I'm looking for a roofer, and you're like, okay, great. And you get in a conversation like, wait a minute, I was supposed to post today's roof. Let me go back and do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Timers are great. I don't know about anybody else, but they do wonders for my productivity.
You have to. I use them too, man.
I love that.
I think what I need is a prod or something that just shocks me, so I can't keep doing it. But
you need the chair that just zaps you.
You try to touch it again, bites you back. That's funny.
That would work. But thank you for sitting down with me.
Man. Well, tell us how people get in touch with you.
So Amherst Roofing, we're a local roofing contractor. You can call our office at 239-354-1133, and our website's Amherst Roofing Naples.
Awesome.
Yeah, so you can check out our stuff
thank
there.
you for being a
We're on
sponsor,
Facebook
man.
and Instagram too.
Yeah, I see your name go across here Friday. We can do a shout out. Appreciate your
Tuesdays
support,
I do a shout out.
Yeah, that's sweet. All right, you guys have a great day.
Thank you.
You too. Thanks for coming. So that's great. He's also one of our sponsors.
Absolutely.
So it's great to have him in our chair. 100%. I got to talk to him, I think, the second time I hosted, and it was really good. He came in and we talked about getting, you have to get an inspection on your roof, and it helps if you get one every year. Because then if something happens, like a hurricane, they can't say it was pre-existing.
Yeah.
Because you just had your roof inspected. I was like, well, that is phenomenal.
Well, you know what's crazy? One of the businesses, Manhome Management, we do a lot of home watch, right?
Right, okay.
And really, the home management is we manage the estate. So we'll do from all your vendors and everything else. But in these little prints on the insurance, so if you have a little problem in your roof, and we identify it and let you know as a homeowner, but you're slow to take action, and the next time we come in, there's mold everywhere. Well, the adjuster's going to walk into your house.
Yep.
And if we have document, you see it, and they're going to look at it and go, that's post 30 days. We're not doing that.
Yeah.
So it's all on you now. And the problem is, by the time you see a problem,
that's why you need home maintenance, home watch.
You do.
I try to tell all my people, unless some condominiums have a thing where they'll go in quarterly because they're on the middle floors or whatever, make sure there's no water leaks, things like that. Some of them do that on these higher end high rises.
Yep.
But in general, you need to, if you're gone for 3 or 6 months, that's such a mistake. I have had people come back to a house full of mold. Because the AC went out. Nowadays you have the ACs that you can tell when they're not working because you have the app. But you got to check the app on your phone too to know that the AC's got a little triangle there that says AC's off. It's not working. You need something.
100%.
So I'm all. I from real estate, I'm all for that.
Yeah, it's. But you're right. Something happens, you're away for 3 months, and I always love. Oh, our neighbor checks it. Well, your neighbor's been gone for 2 weeks. He went up north for a while. He forgot last weekend because he's out on the boat with Bob. And, it's like, so some of that stuff. But, it's amazing to me the nuances of insurance in Southwest Florida.
Oh, because their job is to try to figure out how not to pay. God knows I went through that with the flood.
Yeah, 100%.
My whole house was worth $1,400.
Oh, man, I don't even want to know. Crack.
So you know what? It's water under the bridge. I let it go. But I can't wait. Totally off topic. I cannot wait till we get some insurance reform in Florida.
Yeah.
I think that's coming next after they deal with all this property tax stuff.
It has to be coming. I mean, it's gotten, a lot of it's got out of control.
And even for this room, we have mostly contractors. This is, mostly home improvement and contractor people. There's some realtors here. We are dependent on the insurance system because when people say, how much is when they go to get a mortgage, how much are their taxes, insurance, all in, the bank's going to want to know that, and we lose the ability to buy a house because of insurance. Now, I'm not going to sit on my soapbox for half an hour, but maybe that's a topic we'll have somebody come in on the show, because I really think that insurance reform will help all of our markets.
It can't do anything but help it.
It can't make it any worse. I hope not.
Like you said, and some things are just straight up uninsurable now because of all the regulations and stuff that
100%.
That the insurance companies are making happen. And you're right, reform is needed, necessary, and if you hear it's Tallahassee, make it happen.
Come on, Tallahassee, work with us.
I know they're all watching us right now.
I know they are. They're going to catch the replay, because you know what we could do? We could tag the @insurance commissioner's office. I think we got to start doing that. Every time we make a little tidbit of information about what we think should happen in the universe, we should just tag them.
I love it.
I'm surprised I haven't been banned on Facebook lately, because sometimes I'm tagging people like representatives.
Oh,
and
nice.
they can't unfollow you because you're a member of the public. But I'm just like, what about this? Like, what about this? What about this thing with water or whatever?
I love it.
Now that I'm going to get political.
I'm going to start supporting that. I'm going to do the same thing.
I do the @insurance commissioner, or your local representative. I don't think people realize you can do that. You just have to be careful because you don't want to get banned. Lois is always in jail. She's always in Facebook jail.
Well, and you don't want the dark car outside your house with the dark windows.
I'm okay with that.
Following you around.
I think I'll be okay with that. At least I have somebody to talk to. You'll probably kick me out of the car because I talk a lot.
Yeah.
I'll bury a topic.
No, it's been great doing this with you, by the way.
Oh yeah, I'm glad we got to work together, because you're on Fridays. I'm on Tuesdays.
Yeah. So
we don't get a chance to pitch each other. Yeah.
100%, yeah.
This is great. So I'm trying to decide, are we going to do another interview, or should we break and come back?
I think we need to break. I think everybody's kind of doing their thing right now.
Networking. A lot of networking going on in this room right now.
If you can't hear it, it's on fire right now.
If you have a chance to make a John Huffman event, Speak Life, or any of his upcoming events, I would highly recommend it, because this is a really tight-knit room.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
I mean, he already said it. They work together on things.
Yeah. So this is definitely one of those events that you don't just leave energized. There's opportunities to align with other businesses.
Yep,
and even
100%.
Scale yourself even more at that. So,
I think there's definitely opportunity here. So we'll be back.
With
some more interviews and some more highlights of Speak Life, John Huffman event.
Beautiful.
See you soon.
See you soon.
We are back at Speak Life 239 Live here at John Huffman's event with Adam Cochran from Elevation Marketing. Don't do that to him. Give him a little bit more lead time on your marketing products, especially because you can get more variety.
Right.
So I learned that, but thank you still again for doing that for me. So tell me what you were on stage. So you did this event for both sides, as a panelist and also watching. What are your thoughts from both angles?
It's interesting because, like I even said on stage, we come to these events every quarter, right? And there's still stuff that we take away, right? Just because we've been in business for so long, or we, even have a seat on the stage, right? That doesn't mean that I'm better than the next person. We're all still working on our craft, right? And I literally just had this conversation. We've been in business now for a little bit over 5 years in total. 3 of those years full time.
Yep.
And more.
I told everybody your story.
Yeah. Oh, you did. Okay. So, but
I mean, you can tell it again.
No. I'm thinking.
It took a little bit to take that leap.
Yeah, it did. It took a while to take that leap, but now going into year 5, more is just more, right? So I think different stages of your business, you're focusing on different things, right? Like now, the first couple years was about growing and scaling and finding new revenue opportunities. Now my shift is like leadership, right? How am I building my team up? How am I taking stuff off of my plate and allowing my employees to have opportunity? So it's just a different phase of business, and it's fun.
Wow, you've really grown a lot then since we've spoken.
Yeah. And I'm looking forward to what the next chapter is. I mean, if we're not growing, if you're not continuing to work on yourself and your business, then I truly believe being stagnant could be the biggest detriment to someone. Truly.
I think in any phase of life, when you stop moving forward and become overstuck is what I call it, you I think it hurts your soul.
Right.
And you just kind of wither a little bit.
Right.
You don't do that in this room by any stretch. I mean, from the minute we talked to John earlier, and we've had different people in the chair, and the enthusiasm. Still, the event is pretty much closed out, but you can still stay. You can network. You can go up, ask questions. Everybody's accessible here.
Right. And then that's the unique part about this room is just because there's a stage doesn't mean that anything. I mean, like I said before, like these are people that you're going to link arms with, and you're going to grow from. You're going to have accountability.
Yeah.
When you talk about finding the right rooms, finding the right people, this is a room you don't want to miss.
No, this is a great room to be in. Hold on a second. We don't have our Robert left, so we're gonna do we're gonna do our one more, right. Just to make sure. You have such a great smile. I know you get that a lot, but
thank you.
So I saw you've gotten some new play toys in your business. I saw you doing some extra print, some different kinds of printing now.
Yeah, we're doing so much apparel. Honestly, I would say
I saw you with the shirts.
Yeah, our apparel division has blown up in the past, I would say 18 months. We fulfilled the Godfidence shirts for John. It's a 3D puff print type of imprint method, which is a unique, newer type of.
I like that.
Again, we're just always trying to find things that are different that you won't see all the time. So
yeah. No, I get that.
And then what people want to wear. It's so funny.
It changes, right?
It does, yeah. I mean, obviously with fads and trends and stuff like that, but I've always said, like in the apparel world, like people don't want to just be a walking billboard for people, right? You want to find stuff that people are going to want to wear because it has a meaning or it has a cool design.
Or it's comfortable. Right. The shirts you did for Pole Vault in the Plaza, when I tell you, people actually ask for the shirt the next year.
That's awesome. Yeah. You don't want to be the shirt on the bottom of the drawer, right?
No, you want to be on the top.
Right.
Not only for the sponsors, but I notice when people pick low quality apparel items, they don't get worn again. No. I had that problem when I went to Jeep Beach. We got shirts from the venue. And I get it, the cotton shirt, you have to do them by the thousands. But I almost feel like if they would have just spent whatever it is, 20 cents more on the wicking shirt, especially here in Florida, everyone, I would have worn it again.
For sure. Especially, I mean, I know heavy cotton, 100% cotton is the cheapest type of economic shirt that you can get. But here in Florida, it's a very challenging type of garment to wear.
Daily.
Sure.
And I saw you have umbrellas now. Nice.
We're getting into rainy season, so we kind of have to accommodate to how we can meet our clients where they're at.
So
right?
When we pop that open, it's going to say Elevation Marketing?
Every single panel says each division of our business.
Oh my gosh. I saw that there and I'm like, is that this? I'm weird. I'm weird when it comes to marketing items. I go, is that an Elevation Marketing umbrella? And I'm like, oh, he just told me it is. Nope. Well, we know what piece I'm getting. So when people want to get in touch with Elevation Marketing, because you do everything from business cards to umbrellas.
Yeah, I mean, anything you can put your logo on, honestly. We've been doing a lot of signage, a lot of large format printing, everything from your business card to, full vehicle wraps. I mean, you name it, we can do it.
I love that. He says we can do it, like no big deal.
And it's so funny because literally we did a billboard for a client in New York. Trust me, it was a challenge. It was 112 feet.
Yep.
And they challenged us with, like, are you sure you're going to be? Yep. We delivered on it. The billboard's up for months now. It's wild.
I know. They are challenging.
Yep.
For those of you who don't know, I have a billboard that's running right now in New York.
In New York, right.
With the magazine. But it is challenging because I think when I make a change to the billboard, I can almost hear the groans in the background. Because it's so much different because you're talking about basically the side of a building.
Right.
Size. And there's scaling that has to happen.
That's right. That's true.
Just like versus the business card.
Right.
There's still scaling, bleed area, weird things I shouldn't know.
Yep. Yeah, and so having the right files is crucial.
Very much so. So if people want to get in touch with you to get the puffy print shirt, which by the way I think is awesome, or just something simple like a business card, because if you're not sure where you want to start, I think start with a business card, let them lay it out for you, order it, get to know their customer service, and then the next thing you know, you're going to be ordering all your stuff.
Well, yeah, we always say, so on our website, Elevation MKTG, the abbreviation of marketing.com, we have a book your call kind of a link. So request a 15, 20-minute call. We just want to get to know you. We want to know about your business. We want to see where you're at within business. How can we help? Maybe if we're a good fit, maybe not, but we don't know until we explore it. I want to make sure that we're being more than just a print shop, right? We're very intentional with our delivery, how we support people. So we want to make sure that we get to know you a little bit more before we jump into projects.
Got it. Well, there you go. Elevation MKTG.
Or find us on social media. We're on social media, Instagram, Facebook.
And then
everywhere.
The links are all there also.
That's right. No.
So, and I got to say, you guys have the best follow-up too, by the way. They have great follow-up.
Trying.
You guys do. I can't say enough. I could gush all day long. But I know you have people to talk to, things to do. Thank you so much for joining us today.
It was so good seeing you.
And this event, I mean, just incredible.
It was a lot of fun.
Great. Good seeing you. Good. All right, everyone. So we are going to see if next up we can get either Derek Carlson, Nick, or Bryce. I know I can see Bryce is talking to people. I actually see John Huffman talking to Derek Carlson. So I don't know, we might get a 2-for-1. I'm not sure. I can say, what I can say about this event is just sitting here as a business owner has been, like they said, everybody who sat in the chair said it doesn't matter how long you've been in business. There's so many things to be learned or remembered. Just remembering, not to try to do it all in a quarter. So I have Elise.
Yes.
Elise Sharpless.
Yes.
I picked up one of your cards, by the way, because she has a little flag pin. I don't think you can see it, but she has a little flag pin. So tell us, you told us who you are. Tell us what you do, and then tell us what you thought of the event.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much. And what I do primarily is digital marketing. We do websites, we do audits, which is really important. A lot of times business owners built their site 5-10 years ago. As we know, we don't even have the same iPhone from all those years ago.
Most people don't look back at their website once it goes up.
Right.
I am guilty of in need of a refresh.
It's so important. So we do a free audit, and it's super helpful. And we do primarily market with the trades. However, we do pizza shops and barber shops and whoever needs support with their digital marketing. And so that's kind of it. And then if you
you're a sponsor here today.
I am.
Yes. I saw you because she's right next to us. You can't see on camera, but. And so I when I picked up the card, I'm like, oh, okay, this is kind of cool.
I love the American flags. I just felt like I wanted to do something extra. Plus, can't really easily sit that in your back pocket and forget about me. It'll poke you.
Well, and we just had Adam Cochran on from Elevation Marketing.
He's
brilliant. That's a marketing thing. Put something on your business card, and they can't just shove it in their pocket.
They can't shove it in their pocket, their wallet, or their purse.
And then, you know what? When you take the pin off and wear it, you remember where you got it.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, how smart.
That's right.
So what would you say was some of your takeaways from today's Speak Life event?
I definitely think just the amount of energy that was put into discussing hiring, firing, which is so uncomfortable.
The firing came up at the end, towards the end there, like how do you fire gracefully kind of thing.
It's uncomfortable.
Right.
And I think we avoid it. As business owners, we don't like those conversations. Half the time we don't like to hire, we certainly don't like to fire. So I think that there was so much information that was directed to these business owners that they can connect with.
I think, and the energy in the room, I can't say enough about that.
Absolutely.
And and everything was delivered in such a way that even if you didn't know it, you didn't feel like, oh, I didn't know it. Mm-hmm. Everything was delivered in a way of, I want to say more than informative, but almost like enveloping of information. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
And without the overwhelm.
Right, and without the overwhelm.
Because I think, we have a packet here, so if you ever come to one of his events, this is my sixth event.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
So, super connected. I started, and when my business was kind of fresh. I've been in the industry a long time, started my own business. And then I came here, I was like, oh my gosh, they're talking about stuff that nobody talks about.
No, there's so many things they talked about. They talked about from the basics all the way through the numbers. Mm-hmm. And that's another thing they talked about that nobody talks about. When was the last time you looked at your numbers? You're talking about not looking at your website.
Yeah, forget the numbers.
I mean, if you're not looking at your numbers, forget your website because you're not doing anything.
Right.
I mean, I know people that look at their numbers every day. I know people that look at their numbers every week. Mm-hmm. And I'm in real estate, and I can tell you, realtors don't look at their numbers.
No.
Like, I think every realtor needs to be in this room
100%.
Just to hear about what's your overhead.
Well, and I think when you're in a business such as sales, right, it's the inconsistency that I think scares everybody.
Yes.
Right? So you can have like a fabulous couple months and then it gets a little quiet, based on the economy or what's going on in politics or who knows what. And so I think we just shut our eyes.
Well, listen, I think we've all been there at one point or another, either business or personal or family, where you're just, I don't even want to go to the mailbox. But it's not going to go away.
It's not.
And one thing I learned the hard way, because being in real estate for 34 years, and opening 2 other businesses, was when you look at your numbers, it hurts sometimes, but you can't solve it until you look at the numbers.
So true.
And now back to the website, it's kind of the same thing.
Very true.
Have you used your website lately? How many links are broken on a website?
And how much of the information is outdated? There's so many that policies have changed depending on the trade business that you're in.
Right.
Now we have ChatGPT AI. There are things we can do to implement into your website with content so that you're more readily picked up by an AI platform.
Oh, wow. Oh, I'll have to talk to you about that.
So we have to talk into how your potential clients are talking to AI and chat. So think how you do, right? We're not searching like we used to, like electrician near me or best realtor in the area. That's not how we're talking to ChatGPT. We've evolved. We have a super relationship with them.
I'm glad we've evolved because you can actually buy those nowadays. 25 best something.
Yeah. That's true.
I sometimes I'll just look for something obscure and it'll pop up and I'll just I understand marketing and I've followed the trends that I'm like the 25 of this, the 10 of this, the 12 of this. I'm like, no, I want an actual and some like the best flower shops or something.
Yes.
I'll get a flower shop. I'm like, I'm not in Orlando.
Right. There's so many things. And,
so it's really optimizing your website the correct way is even more important.
For 2026, not 20.
And people are saying websites are dead. I disagree.
100% are not. Blogs are not dead. Websites are not dead. It's the process of the old way of doing things that's dead. Making sure your client has a path to you, and usually it does start with social media and then leads to your website. Your website's always going to be your strongest credibility.
That's what I always said it was. It's kind of like people coming into your living room and talking to you without having to talk to you.
Yes.
It's a way for them to reach out with you.
Right. And so you want to be on all the platforms, which is overwhelming and it's a lot.
Yeah.
Especially if you have to, do it alone or
do it
yourself.
Well, that's what you do.
Yes.
Is you integrate all of that together.
We make sure, and then we have a CRM as well.
Do you make sure that their address and phone number are on their social media?
So important. So important. And the areas they service.
Pet peeve of mine.
Yes.
I understand like on Instagram it only gives you 3 lines or whatever that you can see. But now they give you a link so we can link it to your website, and at the very least you can have a phone number.
Have a phone number always, and every post
if you can't
should
do
have
both, have one or the other. Your phone number, your website. And then my second pet peeve is, can you tell me where you're located, at least on your website? I used to go to the bottom and find it. Now sometimes I can't find it anywhere. And then if you don't, like say if you have a home thing, I don't, my solution for that was give them a way to contact you or say the areas you service.
Yes, absolutely. And I feel like every post should have exactly the areas you service, especially in this area. Because organically, we're not going to pick up as much if people are from out of state, and how many people are from out of state. So make sure you have it, because if you're sharing a house, for instance, that's for sale. A lot of times, and I see this with a lot of real estate ads, is they just share the picture of the house. It's beautiful.
But
they don't even, I mean, it could be an hour for me. That's not an interest to me. So that doesn't matter.
I address, and I think for realtors to put the price. I know they want to get that phone call, but I find with certain properties, I spend more time on the phone discouraging people because they don't want to talk to me when it's outside their price range.
Yes.
And they're like, oh, I thought it was cheaper or something. So, I mean, I think giving information up front is important.
I think it's really important. And here's the thing. Nowadays, they're going to go to the next source, which is going to be whatever ChatGPT AI they're using. So they will get the answer without ever clicking on you ever again.
So you know how to have that integrated.
Yes.
So that they come up on those new searches.
Right.
Which are going to be AI.
Talking. And there's a lot of things you can just be doing, talking to your own, ChatGPT and just feeding it information about you and your business and what you do.
Mine's well trained.
Okay. So that all helps.
It will tell me things.
Yes.
Now.
Yes.
I will say, well, I'm thinking of this idea. I'm trying to find the best way to implement whatever the idea is.
Yes.
These are my high points of the idea. And it will say, well, I think this idea is really great because it loves me and it thinks I has great ideas because it loves to, chat loves to love you.
You're never wrong.
I'm never wrong, right? But then it will say, but given your branding or given your something, whatever it is that I've done with it in the past, and it'll highlight it and say it can integrate here, but it doesn't integrate well there. And I've really heavily leaned into the branding.
Yes.
And it says, well, in the branding sector, whatever I'm doing in branding, it says it doesn't fit with this brand unless you want to create a new brand. And I'm like, no, I don't want to create a new business. They're like, well, then I don't see this integrating. I'm like, okay, just a curiosity I had. Or we can take one aspect of it and turn it into one of my businesses,
yes.
like the podcast or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll fit well with your podcast if you do it this way.
Yes. It diversifies what you have going on, which is important.
Yeah.
The other thing, feed it information about how great you are as a business and what you deliver. Take some of your reviews on Google and just throw it in there.
Okay.
Because I don't know how it all works, because that part I don't know. I wouldn't still be doing marketing if I actually could figure out, all the ins and outs. I would have created chat myself. But you're feeding it
who you are and what you do.
Exactly.
So then it can help other people find who you are and what you do.
Exactly.
Oh, I can do that.
Because who's going to search you more than you?
I can talk about it. I did feed it all of, so it would know me.
Yes.
And I'm doing it with Claude now too. I fed it all of the articles that have been written about me.
Perfect.
From 2000 and change.
That's perfect.
And along with a couple of different bios. This was my bio during this area of my life, this area of my life. So it would know all of the, because we're not single-faceted humans.
Yes.
So it would know my likes, dislikes, sports. So when I ask it for even just a bio, it delivers.
I think
I can chop it up. Yeah.
Even that's good just in general for marketing. But kind of like Snow White, mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all?
Yeah.
Keep doing that for yourself and into these AI platforms, because it doesn't know it's you doing it.
No,
it does not. Somebody is searching you.
Yes.
So do it for yourself.
Oh, that's great. So all of you today have learned some marketing tips with AI. So now tell everyone where they could find you. And so it's website design, AI strategy, I'm assuming social media too.
Social media,
all
we
of
do
that.
social media
there it is,
management.
social media.
Yep,
absolutely.
Social media. And
I manage 5 pages. I'm done. I'm so over it.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It takes up a lot of my time. So tell us where I can find you. I mean, I have your card, but for everybody out there.
The best way to find me is through my website, EliseSharpless.com. And then, of course, I'm on all the social media platforms, either at Hey Elise on Instagram, TikTok.
Hey Elise.
Hey Elise.
Okay.
And then Elise Sharpless. I keep it pretty simple.
Elise Sharpless, and it is exactly like it sounds.
Sharpless.
There is no tricks here.
No tricks. There's a lot of S's.
That is true. Well, thank you for joining us and attending your 6th John Huffman event.
I love it here.
That's amazing.
Yes.
So what's the next one?
The next event.
Is there another event coming up? I heard there was, but
usually in a couple months.
Yeah, it's like every quarter, right?
I think he does these quarterly, and then
all right.
2 big.
We'll have to find out that. I just thought of him. Like, when's? I already want to go to the next one.
You know what? He didn't shout it out, so maybe we got to talk to John about that.
Yeah.
Future marketing.
I'm like ready for it.
Yes, I am too. I always get something.
But like they said, we have to implement this quarter.
Yes.
and then we can go to the next one.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it.
It was so
pleasure
nice
talking to you, and I even learned something
Okay,
today.
awesome. Well, enjoy your pin as well.
Oh yeah, don't forget your pin. You can't sit on it.
Thank
You
you.
have to wear it. And then you'll always remember Elise Sharpless. Love that. So let's see if we have anybody else coming up. I'm looking at Kevin across the room. What else can we tell you about today's event? The panel was amazing. We had Derek Carlson, Adam Cochran, who we just had up here, Ben Vila, we had Nick, we had Bryce Crawford. Bryce is the numbers guy, if I remember correctly, and he was just rocking it out up there. Let me see if I feel like standing up and waving like, Kevin, bring me someone. I think he's trying to get Bryce. But here's a question for the audience out there. What are your biggest sticking points in business? If you had to ask John Huffman yourself a question, by the way, I keep saying, every once in a while I say Hoffman, and it's Huffman, but I realize why I'm saying that. One of my best friends, his name is Hoffaber, so I always have O instead of U. So I apologize if that bothers John, my apologies, but it's John Huffman, Huff. But if you had to ask John a question about business, what would it be that you would want to know that could help move the needle in your business? Because I have to say, being here, listening to all of this and listening to the speakers, just back here with the crew, hanging out, I got several takeaways, which were very, very helpful. That I'm going to go implement. I wrote some notes. Where are my notes? Let's see. I wrote a lot of notes. So let me go back and find it. One was how you structure your quarterly goals was really important. And don't be exuberant, over exuberant about what you can actually get done in a quarter, because that kind of kills your bottom line. That was a really big one for me. Referrals, when you're a newbie, are paramount, and I remember being a newbie, but they also mentioned to track your referrals. Who's giving you referrals? And I'm in real estate, so if you have somebody giving you 5 referrals, you might want to pick up the phone and call them. I mean, that's kind of important to let your referrals know that, hey, thank you. Maybe send them some flowers, maybe a gift card. But tracking your referrals are huge. Who's in your circle? Who's on your team? Do you want to see about if we have anybody else? I know he was trying to get Bryce, but Bryce is super busy. He's probably surrounded by like 7 people right now. I see him across the room. By the way, this event has ended, and when I tell you there are still people hanging out in the room, it is incredible. They're just networking, talking, handing out business cards. They are making the activity happen in their business by this networking. Oh, we have another sponsor coming up. I love hearing from our sponsors, because I got to tell you, without the sponsors, this event would not be able to happen without incredible sponsors. Now you're going to want to get a little closer to that mic. Yeah. It's got to pick us up over that music they're playing. But isn't this a great event?
It's a phenomenal event. Yeah, we won't miss any.
We won't miss. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
So tell us who you are, what you do. I saw I got some kind bars. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So due to industry regulation, I really can't talk on the radio because of my securities licenses.
Okay.
I'm happy to talk about the event, everything I've seen John
okay, great.
To.
Can you tell us your name?
Andy Andrews. Yeah.
Oh, so Andy, thank you for joining us. So yes, you're a sponsor, but you also watch the event.
Yes.
So you're a participant. So tell us what you thought of the event and some of your biggest takeaways.
Yeah, so a little bit about us. I have a financial planning practice here, but also an automotive repair shop up in Jacksonville, Florida that's been around about 4.5 years. We actually hired both Bryce and John a year ago and just saw phenomenal results, right?
Wow.
We were having success in the business, kind of just growing the monster, something that was very ego-driven, and some of the numbers looked good, but most of them did not. We also felt very married to the business and stressed, so they had a huge impact for us, and everything that they're discussing and teaching everybody today, I've seen in real life happen for us.
That is incredible. Wow, what a testament to what's going on here today.
Yeah, these guys
and
are great.
I have it right that Bryce is the numbers guy.
Bryce's numbers.
Because I heard him talking about numbers, and he gets hyped up.
Yeah.
He's like, listen, if you're not looking at your numbers.
Yeah.
And I looked up and I go, I know so many people who don't look at their numbers. Or they look at them and are like, okay, we made money. They don't think about the next steps.
Yeah, it's similar to the automotive business or even our health. It's so much easier to go, I don't want to look at it. I know it's bad, and I'm not ready to address it. But the problem is it doesn't get better with time.
Oh, that's very wise words. Very wise words. So what would you say was your biggest takeaway today, even though you've seen him before and worked with them?
What are the things that are most important to do in your business, and how much time are you dedicating to per week? There's a lot of busy activities where you go home and you're like, oh, I did so much. I didn't do the things that counted. I didn't do the things that drive the business.
I know in real estate they said that in a week period of time, realtors only spent 3% talking to clients and customers. And I can see that, because in any business, you can have busy work, but are you doing any of the things that move the needle?
Right.
Or that need to get done? Hiring, firing, they talked about that today.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. You're busy, but are you really?
Yeah, Derek Carlson on the panel that shared that about real estate, that the most successful realtors spend 80% of their time in business development, and it was just, what are the things that you need to do, and are you spending enough time doing it?
Yeah, the panel was great.
Yeah.
I loved the cross-section. I've known Derek since before he even had his own company. When he was talking about short sales on Facebook and wanting to wring banks' necks back in like 2008, 9, 10, like through there. And but just the cross-section, I mean, you had videography, you had marketing.
Yeah.
I mean, everything was being talked about.
These guys always put together a great panel. I mean, we've seen Lauren Maxwell before. Jeff Delaney has been up there.
Yep.
They always bring just packed talent, and then seeing some of the behind the scenes conversations, they always want it value packed. They do not want just a bit of fluff time to fill the space. They want to make sure the audience just feels incredible value throughout the entire day.
Value, energy.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody, we've said this a few times, the energy in the room, the conversations. I mean, the event is over, basically, but they kept the room for the next hour so people could network, talk to each other, get more involved with John and Bryce like yourself has, which obviously has a lot of value. What would you say? Would you say it's a night and day thing, move the needle thing, being involved with them? I mean, you said it was a huge change in the automotive for you.
Yeah, definitely night and day.
Wow,
and most certainly move the needle. I mean, the amount of stress you're feeling, most folks when they do this, especially in the trades, it's like, well, you were a really good plumber, then you started to get too much business, and then you started to grow, but you didn't understand all the things that go into the business. You were just good at that craft. And so just the knowledge, the lessons, the energy, the network, the people that you're in the room with, whether they're on stage or not, that can share the things they're going through, whether that's adversity, and so now you're not feeling alone, or the successes and the lessons, just phenomenal.
The not going through it alone has also been a running theme today. Earlier, before the lunch break, we had a couple of interviews, and John even himself said, you have a room full of people here that have probably been through what you're going through, and that can help you understand how to get through it, or give you some tips and ideas on, maybe I should try that, because you're not going to get there by yourself. I mean, I tried that, and it was hard. It was a lot harder.
Yeah, and we all live kind of in our own bubble, and you think I'm the only one facing adversity, and we know that's not true, but we still tend to feel that way. And so it's great when you get out to an event and you realize I'm not the only one getting kicked in the teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody gets it once in a while.
Yeah, it's a very empowering moment, and then also you have the chance to meet people. They're like, I went through that. Here's how I handled it. It's just a great experience.
And sometimes we're in our own space at work and with our people, and we get maybe in this funk that information is new to you. Don't be afraid of it.
Right. Or the fact that leadership's lonely. Who are you supposed to talk to when you're having a bad day? You can't run to the team and tell them, you guys are making me super mad. Things aren't going great. You have to have a room like this where you can go and share those challenges and then get vulnerable and seek advice.
Right. Wow. So where is your automotive business is where again?
Jacksonville, Florida.
Jacksonville, Florida. You can't talk to us about the other part. But Jacksonville, wow, that's a little ways from Naples.
Yeah, I used to be doing, for about a year and a half, I did a trip every single month, 5.5 hour drive, 5.5 hour back.
Wow, and how often now?
I haven't been since January.
Because you have a good team in place?
Because I have a good team in place, because I hired John and Bryce to teach us more of what to do.
That's fantastic. So that's a big testament right there, a big, I know this sounds like I'm like, buy their stuff kind of thing, but really everybody who sat in this chair has brought, either if you can't make an event, You can check out his stuff online. You can hire them individually for questions, or you can just come to an event.
Yeah.
I mean, they have them every quarter.
Yeah, and I think you brought up a great point. I mean, it ended how long ago? 45 minutes?
Yeah.
And the room is still here.
Normally, you guys can hear the buzz in the background.
Normally, you can see people peeling out 45 minutes before it ends.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I got enough. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I got to beat the
There's
traffic.
There's still people here, which amazes me.
Yeah, people are still wanting to be here. Well, before you leave, let me see if we can get a picture of you on our show. One of our photographer people, he left earlier. He had a 2 o'clock appointment. So I was like, we got to have our guests. We got to have pictures of our guests here today. So if people want to find you at your automotive or find your automotive place in Jacksonville, where is it? What's the name?
Andy's Automotive and Truck Services, not after me, being Andy Andrews, but my grandpa originally started in the 1960s.
Oh,
His name
so
is
it's a
Andy.
legacy business.
It's a legacy, yeah.
That's incredible. Oh, wow. I love that.
Yeah. Third generation.
Third generation, and you're just blowing it up.
We're very, very fortunate, yes.
I see, this isn't just starting a new business. This is improving a legacy business for the 2026.
Yeah, and here locally, people can look for Andy Andrews Certified Financial Planner as well if they're interested in connecting in other
Oh, there
ways
you go.
locally.
Okay, so some things I never know with some of them.
Yeah.
I don't want to get anybody in trouble. So I let you take the lead. Well, I appreciate you coming over and talking to us, and I can't wait to see you maybe at the next one.
Absolutely.
I hope we're there, because
Yeah.
if I might come just in case.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for sitting down. Appreciate it. Well, that's amazing. Legacy businesses, new businesses. We have had, what did we have on earlier? We had the Kid Biz USA. So we're talking about kids and businesses to legacy businesses. I mean, it does not get any better than that. We're talking, it runs the gamut. We had a Soul Render with the Wellness Collective. That's an event coming up. We will have a lot of these events on our show on Friday. Oh, here we go. He's coming in. How are you?
I'm doing so good. How are you, ladies?
We're good. We're good. Diana's over here running the board, and we are here doing Q&As with everyone. Wow.
Yeah.
All I can say is wow.
What'd you think?
So I thought it was incredible. I love the way it started out. I've said this a few times, every time we've gone live, actually, is it started out with the basics.
Yeah.
Like the basics of where does your day start? What is your day doing? What are you doing? So what's the first thing when you interact with a customer? And I love when somebody said, answer the phone.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's really basic, but so true.
Yeah.
And then it just moved through all the way through numbers. We talked about marketing. I made notes.
So good.
Back here, I made notes. I'm going to share them again just because I got the man in the chair. Tell everybody who you are first.
Yeah.
And what you do.
I'm Bryce with Trade Money, and we are consultants for the service industry. So really make sure that their business models
The numbers
are
guy.
profitable. The numbers guy.
The numbers guy.
Yeah.
The referrals, tracking your referrals. New business, tracking that. Your quarterly goals. Mm-hmm. Don't overthink it. Don't overdo it.
Absolutely.
Pick 3.
Yeah, max 3,
I was
one at a time.
so guilty of that. It's as long as the paper.
For sure.
And you're like,
it's never going to get done.
You burn yourself out. You get discouraged about 30 days into it because you haven't moved the needle at all.
Right.
So, yeah, I got a lot of value.
So good.
I just sat back here and absorbed. The panel was really good. So tell us, what is the biggest thing you try to give business owners? Mm-hmm. Where they're lacking, or try to help them? Because I know you're the numbers guy.
Yeah, I am, and I always start with the numbers, but it really tells the story behind the numbers of where their biggest opportunity or their issue is, right? So you can frame
I like
it.
that, opportunity.
Yeah, so you can frame it how you want it. It's either the biggest problem or it's the biggest opportunity. It's the same thing. Mm-hmm. So what is the one thing in this season for this business that is going to change everything? That's what I'm constantly hunting for, because it's different in every organization. And so the numbers reveal that pain point. And you ask a couple of questions and you quickly realize, and I always start with supply and demand. I think business is really simple and we overcomplicate it at times. And do we have enough demand to fulfill the supply, or do we have enough supply to fulfill the demand that's actually coming in right now? And so we have a front-end problem of getting customers and closing deals, or we have a back-end problem of fulfilling. And the guts and the plumbing and support of that might be something that's stopping us from fulfilling as well. But it's that simple. Now,
yeah, somebody did mention, somebody in the beginning said inventory.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's kind of important.
Yeah, for sure. And it's just whatever that problem is that's stopping them from in that moment. We always start with cash, your margins, how much gross profit, net profit, how much money is the business
Isn't it amazing
producing?
how many people don't know how much their things cost?
It's crazy. Yeah.
I've run into that where you're like, how much do you pay for this? And they're like, oh, it cost me this. No, that's not what it cost you.
Yeah. 100%.
It's what's your overhead? Well, my rent's this, my this is that. Okay, so we have to factor in that's
all of that's your pricing.
The cost for your pen.
Right.
And they're like, and then you find that big hole.
Yeah.
They're not charging enough to sell the pen.
Pricing is almost always an issue in small business. And we typically pluck pricing from our competitors down the street, but the problem
you don't
is,
know what their back door looks like.
That, and they're all broke too. So why would we take pricing?
Or they
from
might own their
somebody
building,
else?
so they're not paying rent.
Exactly.
They only have taxes and insurance.
They built the business in a different way, right?
Yeah.
And so, it changes everything. And so you can't just take what somebody else is doing down the street without understanding your own numbers, where you're at in that season.
When we have 2 roofers as sponsors, and they're both incredible, and neither of them cares what the other one is doing.
Yeah.
Because they're so secure in the way that they do business.
For sure.
And it's the same thing with Adam. He's not the only marketing company. But you have to, the way you do business, your customer base, I believe, is also different because of who you attract.
Absolutely. Yeah. The way that you generate a lead attracts a different fish.
Otherwise, we'd only have one clothing store.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'd all look the same, and you don't want to dress like me. And so, no, exactly. Yeah, I think it's crucial just to focus on what you've got going on and really understand where your numbers are in that season. It'll reveal the next thing for you.
Numbers. I was talking with Elise earlier, one of the sponsors, and she said she's been to 6 events.
Yeah.
And we were talking numbers, and we were both amazed how many people don't want to look at their numbers, especially when they're having a hard time, which is when you should look at them the most.
Yeah, and that's what it is. It's the reason people don't know them is because they are awful to look at a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Right? And they're like, oh, I don't need to look at them. I know I'm broke. Right? But it also will...
But how broke? You might not be as broke as you think you are.
Right, exactly. And so, and the other side of that is I also have a lot of business owners that are crushing it, and they're like, I don't need to look at my numbers. But you only crush it for so long in any industry, in any business, and at some point in time, things start slipping and going the opposite direction.
I can attest to that.
Yeah.
$32 million to like 5.
Yeah.
And then sell.
That hurts.
When we should have sold it for 32.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
In
it was a
hindsight,
family,
right?
30 years.
Sure.
You don't want to sell. You don't want to think anything's going wrong.
Yeah.
But then certain things start to happen. And then people start bailing.
Yeah.
And you're like,
it goes really quick. Yeah.
And it does. It can happen. Well, it was a slow decline in market changes, and it was a health wellness kind of thing.
Yeah.
And things had just changed. Marketing had changed, and nobody seemed to be able to adapt. But when it happens, you're just like, now this doesn't work anymore? And you're looking at the numbers and you're like, this doesn't work anymore? And you're, oh.
And the first thing that goes is all the profit. Like, even if you're doing huge numbers still, there's no margin at the bottom line anymore. And it just slowly
when you start,
everything.
one thing I noticed, and I was a little bit more on the outside, was looking back and looking in, is not looking at what your competitor's selling a product for and matching it, or using too many lost leaders. It was a mail order too, so we all know mail order change.
Yeah.
We're going back 15 years. When you look at that and you go back, I was like, you know what we shouldn't have done? We shouldn't have price matched the competitor, because we could out customer service them.
Yeah, your value proposition is just different.
We
right?
could have, and the marketing was broad based. When I think we needed to niche kind of thing. But you learn, even in a business, having to sell. Well, selling it, we still sold it for a profit. It's even selling your business, not where you wanted to sell it.
Sure.
Or even if your business fails, the knowledge you get from that.
Yeah.
I still 12, 15 years later, I still look back and take all the things I learned and apply it to almost everything today.
Absolutely. I've exited 3 businesses now, and none of them were for numbers I was happy with, but I learned so much in the process around how to do it differently, obviously, next time, and to build along the way for the exit as well. But
nobody teaches you that. Now they do, like Cardone and those guys have kind of brought that a little bit more to the forefront. You guys have brought it to the forefront, and how to make your employees like owners and things like that, and make them more involved, build a better employee kind of thing.
Yeah,
build a shareholder, somebody who cares a little bit more. Because before it used to just be worker, boss.
That was it. And basic compensation plans, now people just don't accept them, especially they just know what's available in the marketplace.
Yeah.
And so keeping A players is you have to pay them well, and it has to be performance-based because they want to get paid when they perform, and not take a dip and do somebody else's job on top of it, right?
Oh, gosh, yes.
So it's good stuff.
Yeah,
for sure.
The knowledge that we've gotten here today, just sitting here, and the room is still going, everyone. The room is still going. I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, so where are we? We are almost an hour after the event ended. Everybody still wants to network and talk. They want to talk to both you and John a lot, I'm sure. So I appreciate you sitting down with us. So what can you tell us is on the horizon for you and John, and what's coming up next?
Yeah, so we do these every 90 days. We're going to do our next one in July. We haven't secured a date for it just yet.
Okay, well, we'll announce it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. We'll be doing it again, I'm pretty sure, here at the Vineyards Country Club in Naples. And but yeah, we're looking towards the end of July.
Anything else you want to share with our audience today before we let you get back out there and do some more networking?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you can find us on all our social platforms, obviously, but thank you for being here today. We love it.
I have had so much fun interviewing people, listening to their stories.
It's a pretty cool audience.
It is such a great audience, and I knew some people too.
Yeah,
so it was even better.
No doubt.
So thank you so much. It was great to finally meet you. I've seen you walking around the room and up on stage, and I'm like, I got to talk to that guy.
No doubt. It was great sitting down with you for a minute.
Thanks for joining us. Cool. Remember, you can find them all on socials. Everywhere. They're on our site too. We'll share.
No doubt. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
See you in 90 days.
No doubt.
Okay, so we finally got Bryce. How exciting is that? I was hoping we could get him because we got John, we got Bryce. I think we are going to close it out. Yes, Diana's nodding her head because we got everybody. I did see Derek Carlson leave. Looks like he had to go somewhere because he waved to me on the way out. But I am so happy that all of you were here with us today at Speak Life. We got to talk to John Huffman. We got to talk to Bryce about numbers. We got to talk to everybody in between. I hope you got some takeaways from our time here together. There we go.
There we are.
So we are back with 239 Live. We are at the Speak Life event. We are here. Welcome back. We are here with John Huffman. You have to tell everybody. The man.
Yeah.
You just got done speaking. Oh, talk about inspirational. And I even made some notes here. I said on my phone, it was remembering the basics.
Yeah.
And I love the one guy, he was like, answer the phone.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, answer the phone.
Yes.
Answer the phone. So tell us what event we're at first.
So yeah, we're at Speak Life here at the Vineyards Country Club in Naples. And we're pretty much diving into right seats, right people, and who you are as a leader. Right. Yeah, so we're having a blast.
In case you can't tell, John has no energy
whatsoever.
None. And man, let me tell you, just kind of meeting you for the first time today and walking into the room with the people who are at this event, the energy is off the charts.
Thanks, man.
It's your speech was inspirational. And a lot of the stories that we've heard today are inspirational stories that lead into business.
Right.
You know, it's about people recognizing they have the power within themselves to do something more and do something better.
Yeah.
And if they can, find their calling. If not, do the second best thing. You know, what makes you happy kind of thing.
Come on. Yeah, that's good.
But, dude, I love what you're doing here. I love what you stand for. I like this kind of event. So elaborate on these type of events. How do you feel when this event's over? What kind of feedback are you getting? That's rewarding for you.
Man, you know it's legacy based, right? Like my goal is, and I talked about it today, you know, not being the husband I'm supposed to be, not being the father, right? And I know if I'm authentic and the more real I got and said those things out loud, the more I realized that I wasn't alone, right? That all of us entrepreneurs, all of us key players, pressure does two things. It either creates diamonds or breaks pipes, right? And a lot of us are about a pipe ready to blow. And so if I can empower the entrepreneur, if I can empower the community leader, and he's not bleeding on his family and he's not bleeding on his community, but pouring into his family and pouring into his community, then we can make real change. Like, I would love to go to Washington tomorrow and push Trump out of the way or whoever and go, this is what we need to do and make the world change. But I've learned that I have an area of influence right here in Collier County, right here in Southwest Florida. And if I can get a business owner to love on his wife, to be there for his daughter, to be there for his community, my community changes. And if the communities change, the state changes. If the state changes, the nations change, so on and so on. So that's how I'm here to impact the world, by speaking life.
Hence the name.
Yeah.
And that's actually something that we were talking about at the beginning, was when you get in a room like this, you work with other people because you don't get there by yourself.
Right.
Building that community around you. I know as a business owner, for the longest time, my first business, I was like, oh, I can do it. And I didn't ask for help.
Yeah.
I didn't talk to anybody about my problems.
Right.
And then you do feel alone. And then you do bleed on other people.
For sure.
In my coaching world, we vomit our problems on other people.
Yeah.
That's what we call it, or in my sphere. And you start vomiting on your kids, your husband, your family, your friends.
Right.
And so when you're in a place like this, other people say, no, it's going to be okay.
Is that true?
It's going to be okay. I had the same problem, and this is what I did. So and they're like, oh, there might be a solution out there.
Yeah, and then that's where the peace comes and the rest and then the growth.
And you said how many people wake up. Diana raised her hand at 2 a.m. about your business.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, that's an 11 a.m. problem.
It is.
Right. Yeah.
I was like, wow, yes, it is.
Yeah.
But the message for me about, I took it this way, my perspective of it was be present with your family.
Yeah.
Because even sometimes as an entrepreneur, and even at this point I own multiple businesses, you have to be there. And as a guy who now has reached 60 this year.
Oh, you look good,
Jimbo
looking good, bro.
It's DNA, man. I just try to stay ahead of the curve, brother. But it's, you look back and you realize, man, I should have gone to another game.
Yeah.
I should have gone to that play. I should have, and I didn't, and I couldn't. And it's not a regret, but I just got goosebumps.
Yeah.
But it's a thing where perspective.
Right.
And iron sharpens iron. These events are phenomenal. And if you come away with anything from these events, I think it's just a more zeroed in focus on what's important in your life.
Amen.
Because you have to hear it from other people sometimes to grab you and snap you out of it, and you go, oh yeah.
100%.
There's a family involved here. There's a community involved here. And when you can do that for entrepreneurs, that's a powerful thing, brother.
Yeah, man. That's the goal.
Yeah, I'm loving the energy in this room. I definitely feel it, see it.
Well, it starts right here.
Yeah.
It starts right here.
It's so true, though, because when you have somebody who's leading by example, and that's what when you sat down, as soon as you sat down, is you're leading by example, you can bring your community with you in that example.
100%.
And I always tell, growing up in Florida, coming from New England when I was moved here when I was 10, I've always said you don't have to beat people over the head with how you think or feel. They'll see it when you walk around.
Come on.
I grew up in the Bible Belt, and I'm like, you don't have to beat people over the head with the Bible.
Yeah, they run from you.
Right, exactly. Listen, I went through the religious abuse when I was younger with the school I went to.
Yeah.
And I said, all you have to do is lead by example.
Yeah.
Don't gossip.
Yeah.
Because that'll be the opposite of what you're trying to teach.
That's so good.
And I look at it now, and it's even more in the business community. You can take that into all parts of your life.
Right.
Just leading by example.
I always say it's the same thing. Preach in everything that you do, and if you have to, use some words.
Right. It's frequency, man. It's attraction attracts attraction, right? The frequency of it, and you elevate everybody's frequency in here to attract more to them.
Thanks, man.
For sure.
Thank you for that.
It's a
We
good
have
thing.
people commenting online now. There's great to see you guys. Deep Dave's out there. Who else is here? Of course, I don't wear my glasses today. Yeah, we've got people online. Who is that? Oh, Deep Dave. Yeah, Deep Dave's out there. Who's on our show in the morning?
What's up, Deep Dave?
Deep Dave. So tell us a little bit about your company.
Yeah. So I have Huffman's Construction Group.
Yep.
Which this September, if everything goes right, it's going to be put into an ESOP. People are like, what the heck is that? So it's going to be employee owned, right? Nice. So all of my employees will have will have stocks in the business, so that when they retire, they're not thrown out, right? So, and what that'll do for the business as well is when you own a piece of the business and we hire somebody in, obviously they have the same ability to own some of the business. So if they're not performing or growing the business, they're not going to stick around long because you're not going to let them. Right? So it's a way to really attract those key players, but ultimately it's a way to have what I would call an intrapreneur, right? Attract those that want to be an entrepreneur, but skip the 5-year grind of trying to build something. Hey, it's already built. Come be a part of it. And then if we grow that, let's say, for an example, let's say you own 10% of the business and you're there for 25 years and it grows to $100 million a year business worth. Well, when you retire, I've got to buy your 10% back out. So there's your retirement, right? And you can say, hey, John, I want to take that in monthly payments of X, or I want it all at once, or however. So it gives the ability to not only work for somebody, it's working for yourself in a will that's already built, and then positioning my employees to impact their families again, right?
Wow.
So like my father-in-law is 74 and he worked for a cow company for over 30 years. They sat him home the last 4 months and they came and picked his phone up a couple weeks ago. And I thought to myself that he gave 34 years of his life and the owner couldn't even come pick the phone up and talk to him. He sent somebody. Like, I don't want to leave that legacy. I want to say when I worked for Huffman's Construction Group, when I met this crazy joker, John Huffman, my life changed. And because my life changed, my family's life changed. And because my family's life changed, my great-grandkids that I haven't even got to enjoy yet, their lives will be changed. That's what I want.
I love that. I really like that business model.
It's amazing, actually, and something I'm trying to now. You made my thought pattern change.
Yeah, let's go, man.
But it's something that as you get into a business and you have employees that started with you, and they've been a big part of you growing this business. It's cliche to say, and a lot of people say that's a red flag, run from that company. They become family.
Yeah.
And because you're spending a lot of time with these people.
More time with them than your family.
A lot of times, right? And it's something that, they do. And to give them an opportunity to feel that pride of ownership in that company to help it grow, I can't imagine a better gift to them as they do. Collier County in Southwest Florida is tough in the labor pool.
Yeah, man.
So that's a good way to dial it in a little bit, because that's definitely one of the challenges as an entrepreneur.
And you're teaching people about business when they start to own part of a business that maybe they would not have gotten just as a regular JOB.
That's good. Yep, you got it.
And so if they don't stay or they end up moving out of the area, they're bringing some knowledge with them. Yeah. About business that they're not taught in school.
Amen.
Let's face it.
And that's the thing. I'm not. People say it all the time. Like, I have contractors in my consulting group. Like, you're giving them all your stuff. Like, I don't care. They provide for me. And I've had one guy go, well, if I train my employee and I teach him all this stuff, what if he leaves? And I looked at him and goes, well, what if he stays? And he don't? What worst case? What if you don't train him and he stays? Right?
So we had a big business that was doing at one point $31 million a year.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's huge.
And it was a mail order business. And people would steal the catalog and they would steal products out of the building. Try to start their own thing. And it came to the point we stopped chasing them because they were going to fail because they didn't learn from the ground up. They didn't learn that business the way we learned the business. And it was like, we chased the first few, and then one really, really ripped us off and was out of business in 2 years.
Right.
Because they didn't know the ins and the outs, and they tried to take the shortcut.
Right.
So it came to the point where somebody would be like, oh, they're copying your ads, and it was like, good luck with that.
Yeah, and let them.
Good luck. And you know what? If they're successful, then that means I'm doing something right. So which means I'm going to make money too.
Yeah.
Because people are going to see my ad just like they're going to see their ad.
So good.
They just have to pick the customer service after that.
Yeah, it's so good.
You just have to outwork them a little bit at that point.
Stay consistent. Most people aren't consistent. They can do what you do once or twice. But can you do it for the next 10 years?
Yeah.
And that's where you got to find that work-life balance, because you'll burn out.
Yeah.
So what are your goals? Where do you see yourself in 2 years, a year?
So the vision that the Lord gave me 2 years ago was 1 million entrepreneurs running their businesses and ministries. So that's what birthed this.
Nice.
I have 2 ministries. One, I was, I've been well, I don't know what you would say it. I've been sober for 16 years now.
Beautiful.
So, I help those that are in addiction. And then, that was one of the big trials of my life. And then the other trial was being $1 million upside down and neglecting my family and building a 10-figure business or 8-figure business and all of that. And that birthed this, which is my second ministry. It's business, but it's my ministry. I want to impart and impact people's lives. And the vision is to grow this to 1 million entrepreneurs that think and do what I'm talking about, what God is empowering me. So that's it, man. Yeah.
Dude,
I love that. That's awesome.
It's been a pleasure meeting you.
Yeah, man.
One,
yeah.
Man. I love your energy.
Thank you, John.
I thrive on that
it's
stuff.
addictive,
man.
isn't it? I mean, that's an addiction I'll take.
Yeah.
I'll take that energy addiction any day.
It is 100%, but it's, you make people want to be better.
Yeah.
And it's hard to find people who are able to kind of do that.
Right.
And so, much blessings to
Thank
your
you,
brother,
guys.
man.
Yeah, he's getting called back up.
He
We're
is.
getting ready to start again. It was nice meeting you again.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Well, wasn't that, the energy. I'm like sitting up straighter.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
right.
My eyes are brighter. Just being around him.
I love being around people like that. It energizes the hell out of me and gets me rolling. And it's.
When you find people, and I find this at work, I find this at meetings, when you find people that you can see it when they walk in the room. Now, sometimes they come in, they have something on their mind, or sometimes there's a home situation, but that's also addictive. The opposite energy.
It absolutely is. Yeah. It's energy.
Yeah.
It totally is energy, and frequency attracts like frequency, and energy attracts like energy.
I think people used to think that was woo-woo.
Yeah.
It was all the woo-woo stuff. I grew up as a 60s flower child. My mom was a 60s flower child. And so people used to think this music and energy and frequency was all bunk.
Yeah.
And now we're learning it's actually scientific.
100%.
Just him sitting in that seat, he was just like, oh.
Vibrating. That's
yeah,
what I touched
vibrating.
him. He was just, I could feel it.
You could feel it, right? Oh, look, we got Tim Luce.
Hey, I invited myself over. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's okay. We've got like 3 minutes so we can chat.
Absolutely.
What do you think of this so far?
It's great. I've been here several times.
Really?
What do you think?
It's incredible. It's incredible. And I was just saying how I love it. When he started off like, okay, what happens like at the basic level? The first thing, then the second thing, then the third thing. And then I started to realize, how many times in business we kind of forget the first 5 things? We do the first thing, we answer the phone, but the next 2 we miss, and then we have the third and the fourth thing, and we're like, whoops, I missed a step. And that's where things start to fall apart.
Yeah.
So I like how he started it.
Well, I learn something new every time. So he's talking about something different today
than the last time.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And that's coaching. Maybe I should do some coaching with him.
Yeah. Well, it's mostly contractors here today, right? But you can apply. Real estate, right? You're a contractor, independent contractor, but a lot of what he's saying you can really apply to real estate business, especially some of those steps that he was talking about. I was like, you can do that, we can do that, we can do that. It's great.
You do real estate too, right?
Yes. I wear so many hats.
I know.
Like Jimbo here. Yeah. Jimbo here wears a lot of hats too.
The revolving hat.
I know you have a lot of hats. Tell me your hats.
Well, I own a concert promotion company, a home management company where we do everything from demos, home watches, things like that. And I own an environmental product that I invented about 10 years ago. It's with a distributor. So, yeah, I'm into everything.
Wow.
Which I love. That's why something like this, I relate 100% because I've never liked working for anybody. When I did, I knew very young I'm going to have to be my own boss.
I can't work for other people.
I can't.
I can work with other people.
I can work with other people.
But I don't think I could ever go back to the 40-hour-a-week job.
No.
I need a little control.
But the matrix is a strong thing. It's people. It's hard. They've been trained for so long through school, and their parents reinforcing. get a good job. That it's.
Well, and Tim's an entrepreneur because not only is people don't realize that real estate is an entrepreneurial thing.
Sure.
You have to run your own business every day.
That's not all I did. I did a lot of things. Lived
No,
a
you
lot
did.
of places.
You did.
Hawaii.
World traveler.
San Francisco, London, foreign country called Miami. I had the best boss since I was about 26. Me.
Yeah.
Started my first business in Hawaii. Grew it to be #1. Independent auto and property damage adjusting. In Hawaii, what a great place to live.
Wow. And we will see you in 90 days at the next event. Have a great day.